Hey, Chi Alpha. Just wanted to send you guys a quick thought for the week. You guys are walking in, starting to build small group rhythms with weekly meetings and all the one-on-one discipleship and all that's coming with this time of the year. Just a thought as we're walking into this moment. Oftentimes we find it's easy to feel like we should kind of like ease into conversations about Jesus, that we kind of ease into who we are to each other and all that can be in these moments. And there's wisdom in like being wise with who you've got, how much connection and relationship do they have. But there, at the same time, remember that you set culture first. It's the very first thing that happens whenever any group gets together. It's argued to be one of the most powerful things. It's one of the easiest things to create when any group starts to create a rhythm, like a small group meeting every week or a one-on-one conversation every week. It's one of the first things, easiest things to create. It's also one of the hardest things to change. And so oftentimes we can find that we are setting culture by easing in. And sometimes we can find that we have been kind of easing in too much, and so we've suddenly set the culture to just be about like just hanging out and just chilling together and being together and maybe a little Jesus talk here or there, and then we've set the culture that we're spending the rest of the semester trying to work out of and into something different. On the flip side, recognizing like, sometimes these students that we're connecting with, sometimes you're going to connect with the friends of your small group members now this semester, and like you bring in new people and they don't really know the group much. But I was just reading this last week a missionary who was talking their perception of kind of a small group meeting, which is discovery groups. Like they made the comments, you get 2 to 4 weeks of a rhythm before really the culture's set. And so are you thinking through in this moment, in this like season that we're in with the spring, kind of setting that tone? The spring is often the time we can go the deepest because of that core that we have in the small group community, but we're setting a new rhythm for the semester. And so are we creating spaces where we're walking in with expressions of worship and love for one another and pursuit of God, reading His Word and meditating on those thoughts? One-on-ones give us really a very specific space to be like, hey, that's where you're at. Let me kind of specialize what you need by reading through the Bible and using a commentary, or going through a book and someone else's authority and kind of talking through these concepts. What's the battle in their life personally? But where maybe Outpost on Wednesday night gives us that larger expression of faith and community and connection to that larger community that we're trying to build. Small group meetings give us this unique context of saying sometimes past, present, and future. In the past, what has my experience been like, and how can I bring what I know or think or believe to the table and have the discussion in a group conversation of processing that. But in the present, can I express faith? Can I do prayer and worship and Bible study in that space? And future, how can we do faith, do life and faith together throughout this week? And maybe that means Tuesday morning getting up early before class starts and a couple of us are going to pray together. Or maybe that means being an accountability to one another in holiness or in relationships or things like that throughout the week. But setting in that space, kind of bringing to the table our thoughts in that space, expressing faith and making plans for the future of how we'll bear each other's burdens. And so in this moment, set the culture of what you want the community to grow into as you teach them to express in this moment what they are to each other and what you're striving for them to become. Can't wait to see you guys, some of you guys tomorrow night with building scouches and just hanging out with each other. Hope you guys have a great time with each other, and we'll be seeing you soon. Have a great week. Bye now.